The leaves are changing colors, the temperatures are cooling, and whitetails are roaming the north woods of Wisconsin in preparation for the breeding season. All of this can only mean one thing. It's October. After an eventful bow season opener, I was ready to see if this month would bring me any closer to achieving my ultimate goal of harvesting a white-tailed buck.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the first bow hunt from Northern Wisconsin Outdoor Adventures in October. It is the evening hunt on October 5th. We hunted this stand back in September, and we saw a couple deer during the evening hunt. We've had rain the last couple of days. It rained all day today, but we finally got some break in the weather, and of course we're up in the stand. So we're hoping some deer come in again in the evening. Hopefully we can get some good footage. We actually got a picture over the past 2 weeks of a decent buck. It's probably only a 2.5-year-old buck. Not too big body size wise, but he looks like he's got 8 points. If I see him while I'm hunting, it'll be a judgment call, but you never know, I might take him. For how long I've waited for a buck, I might just take him, but we'll have to see. Stay tuned, folks. Northern Wisconsin Outdoor Adventures. We're up in the Northwoods of Wisconsin, and it's the start of October. The leaves are changing. Can't beat being in the Northwoods. Let's get it done.
I sat the entire evening, but the scattered rain and the wind not being in my favor combined to equal me not seeing any deer. However, I was still excited to be up in the stand, and that excitement carried over into the next morning's hunt when my luck changed for the better. Well before camera light, 4 deer entered the food plot from the bedding area just to the north, but only this doe and her 2 fawns stuck around as the sun came up and lit up the woods. Preparation of this food plot began early in the spring when we first tilled the soil. We added the right amount of lime and eventually planted the seed in the middle of May. This year we planted Mills Fleet Farms Elite Clover and Chicory mix. After broadcasting the seed over the plot and letting Mother Nature do the watering, we were not disappointed with the results. The clovers came up thick, green, and brought in deer throughout the summer, including these 2 bucks that I'm hoping will return this fall. The doe and her fawns stayed for about 45 minutes, and at one point I was nearly busted. But with the rain dampening my scent and the wind being in my favor, this young doe just couldn't figure out what was up. After getting their fill of clover and chicory, the deer made their way back to the bedding area. A short while later, another deer appeared just beyond the food plot. Today, however, this deer preferred browsing on the remaining forest vegetation rather than coming out into the open. When I saw this, it made me think about a potential reason for why we have not seen many bucks yet this year. Much of the land I hunt is dominated by oak trees, and this year has been a good year for acorn production. I believe because of the amount of food, the mature bucks are hanging out in the safer, heavily wooded areas, foraging on the plentiful acorns rather than coming out into the open food plots where they could be exposed to potential dangers. As soon as I watched her disappear into the woods, another lone doe entered the plot. Now, I've been asked many times, why don't you shoot does? And seeing a nice looking doe like this makes me wonder the same thing, but here is my rationale. Our land is not a gigantic plot of land, and we are not the only hunters that control the deer population. Because hunters on neighboring lands do in fact take does on a yearly basis, I choose to not add to the annual doe mortality. That being said, our harvest strategies are assessed every year, and one day our harvest goals may change. Eventually, another deer popped out from the woods, and it was easy to see that it was not familiar with the doe already in the clover food plot. This turned into a great opportunity to see the dominance that deer can show over one another. In the end, both deer went their separate ways and brought my hunt to a close.
Well, the weather didn't cooperate that well this weekend. It rained most of the time I was up north, but the last day, the last morning of my weekend doesn't disappoint. As you saw, I saw 7 different deer, which is ending the weekend on a good note. We're still waiting on the bucks. We've seen a lot of does, and we're actually not even seeing that many bucks on our trail cameras, so I think once the season gets into full swing a little bit, the rut kicks in. That's when the bucks are going to start showing up, so stay tuned. I'm hoping to get back up in the stand in a couple of weeks, trying to hunt these deer of the north woods of Wisconsin. So thanks for watching this hunt brought to you by Northern Wisconsin Outdoor Adventures. I'm Nate Francis. See you next time, folks.
The month of October has always been my favorite month to hunt. I often catch myself taking my eyes off the animals and sitting back just to take in the beauty of the outdoors. But in these moments, I can't help but wonder how long I'll have to wait to get a chance at a nice buck. I guess no one said hunting whitetails was easy. It takes preparation, hard work, patience, and a little bit of luck. But when the time comes, I'll be ready.